friends, welcome to the first of many holiday videos that I'm going to be bringing to you this holiday season. So I'm going to say this, but you can't hold me to it. I'm going to do my very best, but I want to release a new holiday pattern for you every single week between November, the beginning of November here, and mid-December. So I want to just make some things and teach you how to do some really fun, creative holiday decor where hopefully you can use things that you have at home, or if you need to buy supplies, it's not going to cost a fortune. So that is the goal, and I want to teach you how to make some really fun, simple things that you can use for gift giving, holiday decor, a whole variety of things. So first up are these really cute snow globe ornaments. Now there are 4 different ornaments that are all included in the pattern. We've got the snowman, the tree with presents, the cute little penguin, and the sleigh with presents. Now you can make as many of these as you want. They could also be gift tags, they could be ornaments, they could be placeholders, they could be so many different things. So in this video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to making these. There is also a supply list in the description. So if you need to find a place to get good wool felt in fun colors, the beads, the embroidery floss, all the things that I'm using in this video are linked right in the description. It'll bring you to the supply list where everything you can get at one-stop shop. So I'm trying to make it super easy, super affordable for you. So let's go ahead, watch the video, and I'm going to show you how to make these cute little ornaments.
Once you have everything cut out, you're going to start building your globe. So you're going to take one of the layers of the snow globe and a glue stick. I like to use this Roxanne glue stick. And you're just going to put a light layer of glue. This is really just to hold things in place while you stitch them. It's not a permanent application. So put your glue on there, and then you're just going to start building up the layers. I like to start from the bottom and work my way up, adding a little bit of glue to each piece as I go. Now, I do hold the felt in place while I'm adding the glue because felt sometimes will tend to stretch, so don't use a lot of pressure when you're adding your felt on there. So just gently push it down until you build up all of the layers. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add in the snowman, the trees, the presents, and you can overlap these things however you want. Again, there's no rules here. Make these in whatever way you want. If you want to eliminate the tree and add more presents, you can do that. You can add elements that aren't even included in the pattern. Again, I want you to be creative and add whatever things you want to add to these to make them your very own. But if you also want to just follow along with the pattern, you can absolutely do that too. So I'm just continuing to add glue to the back of each piece and then put them down wherever I want them to be on the globe. Also make sure they're not too close to the edge, because when we put this all together, we are going to be stitching around that edge. So keep that in mind when you're building this. All right, next we're heading over to the sewing machine. Now, what I like to do for these pieces is just do a simple top stitch. And no, that glue is not going to gum up your needle. It's just a little bit of glue. And by the time you get to this point, it's probably dry anyway. I've never had any issues. So don't worry too much about that. Now, one thing that I do is I change out my thread color for each of the pieces that I'm stitching. Again, there are no rules here. You can use whatever colors you want. And I just use a standard weight thread and regular stitch length, which is like a 2 to 2.5, because these are smaller pieces. Now I'm just using a straight stitch, but you can get creative. You can add decorative stitches. You could do a blanket stitch here. Whatever you want to do. You could also use some really fun threads. There are some fun threads for your machine that have a little bit of twinkle or sparkle, or you could use a heavier weight thread if you really want to see that stitching more in depth and detail. So I'm just changing out the colors as I go. I used a green that matches pretty well for the bottom. I used white for the snow, and then accented with whatever other colors I want to throughout the rest of this project. Now I also decided to add some detail stitches. Like on some of the presents I added stripes. I didn't get too creative or fancy. I'm going to do things like the bows and the face details all by hand when I'm done top stitching all the pieces down. Once you finish top stitching, then it's time to add the embroidery details. Now, you can use 1 strand of embroidery floss, you can use 2, you can use however many you want. Just know that the more strands you use, the thicker your thread is going to be. Right here, I'm just using 1 strand. Sometimes I might switch to 2 to make the bow just a little bit more thick and detailed. I'm doing what's called a lazy daisy stitch, and in the pattern you can find some stitch examples laid out for you. So if you don't know what a lazy daisy stitch is, go ahead and look at the pattern. I do also have a video on that also here on my YouTube channel. And for this part, you can also get fun and creative and just add whatever you want. You can add elements to the presents. You can add French knots for, lights on your trees. You can do whatever you want here. You can get as much detailed as you want to. Again, no rules. Now that I'm done with the present details, I think it's time to add a cute little face to the snowman. Sometimes I will use my heat erase pen to pre-draw it on there just so I know exactly where I want to put things. Now for the eyes, I'm going to do 2 really small French knots. I'm using 1 strand of thread and I am wrapping this around my needle 2 times and then putting it back. Again, French knot example is shown in the pattern. So I want these to be really small little eyes. I want you to see them, but I don't want them to be too big and take up too much space on his cute little face. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add a nose and a little mouth, all with hand stitches. If you don't have a heat erase pen, you can also use just a pencil or a light marking pen. And then I'm just doing some straight stitches here for the mouth. Now I'm going to add some cute little beads and these iridescent snowflakes. Now these snowflakes are kind of like a sequin. I found them on Amazon. I'm also using this tiny little needle because you want it to fit through the bead. Okay, so everything is on the supply list and you can find that in the description of this video. You can also find it included in the pattern. And that is your one-stop shop to get all the supplies that you need to make these ornaments, including these cute little snowflakes. There were 2 ways that I could secure they've got a little hole in them to my felt. So I put the needle through the felt, put the sequin snowflake through, and then I add a bead on the top, and then I put that needle right back through the hole in the snowflake because that bead is bigger than the hole, so it will hold it into place. So you can do this throughout the background just to add however many snowflake details you want to add. You could also add individual beads. You could make your own snowflakes with some embroidery floss. There's so many different ways that you could do that. But repeat this however many times you want. Add as much or as little detail as you want. I think it might be fun to even add some snowflakes like right all over the snow. Again, get creative, do what you want to do here. It would also be fun to add beads to the tree as ornaments. Like I said, the possibilities are really endless, so just have fun with it. But keep adding your beads, and then when you're done, you'll secure the thread on the back. It'll hold everything in place nice and tight. All right, the last step is to add the front to the back and put the twine at the top to hang it. So what I like to do first is lay the 2 pieces together. You're just going to put your front right on the top. Don't worry too much if the back isn't cut out exactly the same shape as the front. We'll clean that all up when we're done. So go ahead and use your straight pins and pin all the way around that outside edge. If you want to use glue instead, you could do that too. Take your twine, mine's about 10 inches long, and I just folded it together and put a knot at the bottom. Then I'm going to tuck that knot down in because you want to make sure the knot is below the stitching. Also make sure it is right up at the top and go ahead and pin that into place. Now we're going to head over to the sewing machine and we're going to get this stitched together. Use whatever color thread you want, and then you're just going to simply stitch all the way around the outside edge of the ornament. When you get to the top where that string is, make sure that knot stays below your stitching. The other thing you want to do is remove your pins carefully as you go around. And if you get to a part where the beads are really close to the edge and they want to go under your presser foot, just pay attention to that. You may have to put a skinnier presser foot on, or, just be careful around those beads, and also make sure that you don't have any beads in your stitching line and that you accidentally stitch through a bead, because you'll probably break the bead, which I've done before. I'm speaking from knowledge. Now, do you see here where that string, I just caught it. I was just about to stitch over it because it was in a place I didn't need it to be and I didn't realize it. Luckily, I caught that right before I stitched and I didn't have to do any seam ripping. So I just moved it out of the way. So pay attention to that as you're sewing as well. So you're just kind of paying attention to the beads, the string, the pins, all the things. But take your time, go all the way around that edge. If you do need to leave your needle in the down position and lift up that presser foot for the curves, it's going to give you a nice rounded curved edge. You don't want anything, jagged here. So take your time, go slow, and it'll be great when you're all done. And there you go. Now, if you do have, a little bit of edges of the back sticking out beyond the front because it didn't quite match up because you didn't cut them out perfectly the same, just take your scissors and just trim off that excess that might be sticking out looking funny. If you have any curves that aren't quite as round as you'd like, just trim those off and you're all done.
Right, well, how fun was that? Did you enjoy making the ornaments? I had so much fun coming up with this pattern for you guys and making all of these. I can't wait to put them on my tree. Now, next week, I'm going to have another fun video for you. So make sure that you're following along, that you hit that subscribe button. And if you didn't get the supply list, go ahead and go to the video description where I have linked the complete supply list. You can get the pattern, the templates, and everything that you need to make these really cute holiday ornaments.